What is up? We are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide. It's the best one, Donnie here, back with a brand new Rank 'em. Today we're going to be ranking every Brock Lesnar Summerslam match because he has had some classics with some of the greatest of all time in this business. But before we get into that, if you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, and you're not a part of the thousands of subscribers, we recommend you to hit that subscribe button now, turn on the post notifications. Videos be coming out of nowhere like an RKO, and of course you already know the grind is real. So when I was putting this list together, I realized that Brock Lesnar has had SummerSlam matches with some of the most elite talent in professional wrestling. Guys like The Rock, John Cena, Undertaker, Triple H, CM Punk, and even the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns. It's crazy to look at all the matchups that he had, and today my job is to rank them on a tier list, S being the best to D being the worst. And oh man, we're gonna talk about all these matches that Brock Lesnar's had. I've done my research, so with that being said, let's get it. Starting things off, Brock Lesnar's first SummerSlam, he was in the main event for the WWE Undisputed Championship against The Rock, and this was at SummerSlam 2002. And this one is going to have to be a tough decision here because the two, they had a classic. And in my opinion, I think that this here, Rock versus Brock Lesnar, has got to go S tier. There's no arguing about that because this is the night Brock Lesnar became a superstar. And he put on a great performance with The Rock, even though the fans started to turn on him because everybody knew that The Rock was going to Hollywood. Lesnar looked like an absolute beast out there, and it was just a great, entertaining match. And this is the night that Brock Lesnar became a main event star, and one of the greatest rookie years in all of professional wrestling. So we're going to be putting that at S tier. Moving on to our next Brock Lesnar classic at SummerSlam 2003. Kurt Angle defended the WWE Undisputed Championship against Brock Lesnar. And previously at WrestleMania 19, these two put on a 5-star classic. And this one did not disappoint whatsoever. Whenever Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle went into the ring, they had the best chemistry, and they always over-delivered. And this one did not disappoint whatsoever. So for Brock Lesnar versus Kurt Angle for the Undisputed Championship, I'm going to be putting this one at an A tier. And what a great match. Seeing Vince McMahon trying to get in there to help Brock Lesnar, and then Kurt Angle gets the big kick out, massive pop, and then they tricked us. They did a great false finish, and then Kurt Angle was able to overcome the odds of Vince McMahon trying to help Brock Lesnar, and he got the win, which I think really made it even more unpredictable. And just a great, solid match overall, but I would put their WrestleMania 19 match over that one. And the Iron Man match that they had on that episode of SmackDown. Moving on now to our next Brock Lesnar SummerSlam match. Took place in 2012. Brock Lesnar versus Triple H. This was a dream match for a lot of people, and this is when Brock Lesnar came back to the WWE after his great UFC run, and he was having a feud at the time with the Authority because of how dangerous he was. And I really enjoyed the storyline going into this because Brock Lesnar, he broke Triple H's best friend, Shawn Michaels' arm, so I really like Shawn Michaels' involvement in the storyline. and they were really putting over the Kimura lock at the time, which I don't know why, like, they stopped having Brock Lesnar use that maneuver, but I really like that it added a lot more to his character during this time. And him and Triple H, they had a great match, great chemistry, and they definitely did not disappoint here. So with this rankings, this is going to be a tough one because Brock Lesnar has been in the ring with some of the very best at SummerSlam, and we can't just put everything in the S and the A tier. So with Brock Lesnar and Triple H here, there it is. We got the nice graphic, and I think we are going to be putting this match in the B tier. Which, man, being in the B tier with this list of legends is not a bad thing in my opinion whatsoever. But if this was like Ruthless Aggression era Brock Lesnar and Ruthless Aggression era Triple H, I feel like this could have been an easy S tier, but a really nice hard-hitting match, so we're going to put them at the B tier. Moving on now to our next SummerSlam match, took place in 2013. The Best versus the Beast, Brock Lesnar versus CM Punk. And this one I remember watching live on pay-per-view. This was such a great match. Both guys had relationships with Paul Heyman, which made it really interesting. And man, I think that this was one of CM Punk's best, like, final WWE matches during that run. And oh man, this one I really enjoyed because it showed that Brock Lesnar can work with anybody, whether it's a big guy or a small guy. Him and CM Punk really made it work. They had great chemistry, and it really didn't disappoint. I think a perfect SummerSlam match. And this one here, the Best versus the Beast, I am going to have to put in the A tier, which I think right now we're just going to keep it there. Which, man, such a great match from start to finish. And CM Punk looked really good in this, and I personally enjoyed that match. Moving on now to the next SummerSlam match. This one took place in 2014. Brock Lesnar versus John Cena for the Undisputed Championships. So you could say that this is the beginning of the Beast era in WWE. This is when he was holding the championship for a long time, and in this main event, this was the very first time that John Cena got squashed. And Brock Lesnar absolutely destroyed him. Some people absolutely loved this match because it was so surprising, while other people didn't really enjoy it because they wanted a competitive match, similar to Extreme Rules back in 2012. And not gonna lie to you guys, seeing my childhood hero getting absolutely squashed in the main event was not fun at all. I really wanted them to top what they did at Extreme Rules because that match was an S tier. This match, on the other hand, burying your poster child to put over Brock, like, I understand it, but I'm not a fan of it. And just did not look good on John Cena whatsoever, so we are going to put this at the C tier. Only because it did launch Brock Lesnar, which I think was the goal for WWE at this point, but I wish that, like, John Cena was more competitive in this match. Like, it shouldn't have been a squash match. But the fact that it was unpredictable, I will put that at the C tier, and we'll be fair. So now moving on to our next SummerSlam match. Took place in 2015. Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker. And this was after Brock Lesnar ended the streak, and The Undertaker and Brock had a series of matches, which, I'm not going to lie to you guys, I was really not a fan of this match. I know there's people out there, just like the John Cena one, they either really enjoyed this or they really didn't. I really didn't enjoy this match. And maybe it's because I watched their early feud back in Ruthless Aggression. I really enjoyed those series of matches a lot more than this time. And The Undertaker was dealing with a lot of injuries as well. And I'm glad that he didn't get concussed during this match, so it was better than the WrestleMania one. But with this here, I am going to have to put this in the D tier. I really didn't enjoy this match whatsoever. It was boring. The only thing we got that was really entertaining was Brock Lesnar sitting there laughing while The Undertaker just laughs with him. That was like the only thing that was actually good. The finish was just really weird. Undertaker passes out, and then The Undertaker friggin' low blows Brock and then puts him in the submission. He escapes him. Didn't understand that. Like, it should have been a clean win for him, but it is what it is. That's why I have it at the D tier. Moving on now to our next Brock Lesnar SummerSlam match. This one took place in 2016. Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton. Another dream match here. A lot of people are looking forward to. It's crazy to just see all the guys that Brock Lesnar got to work with at SummerSlam. It just tells you how talented he really is. And this one really didn't disappoint. I think the match was very slow, but what makes this match so good at the same time was the color at the end for Randy Orton. Shocked a lot of people because we're in the PG era. Not a lot of people expect color. And it even got Brock Lesnar a lot of heat backstage after this match. One of the guys that went face-to-face with him was Chris Jericho, thinking that this was a real shoot. So if you got the boys in the back thinking that this was real, I can't put this as the worst match here. And it was a great heavy-hitting match. Randy Orton and Brock, they do have a great similar style. And this one here, I am going to have to put in the B tier. Just a really fun match. And just, man, that color was really awesome to see during that time because it was very hard to watch WWE at that point.
What is going on? We are Wrestling Maniacs Worldwide. It is Ben, Uncle Ben, America's favorite uncle, and wrestling's favorite punching bag. Today we're going to be talking about my favorite Brock Lesnar SummerSlam match. And ironically enough, I'm not going to pick one that you may think. I'm going to be picking Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar SummerSlam 2022 because there was a lot of fun points to talk about. So, not only were we getting face Brock Lesnar, we got Cowboy Brock, one of, if not the best incarnations of Brock Lesnar so far. Really, really fun stuff, and you can tell that it definitely reinvigorated his career. A lot of cool things happened in that match, though. For example, dude came out on a tractor, which is already the most Brock Lesnar cowboy shit we've ever seen. We got the perfect little mic throw where Roman caught it, was not planned, and it just Brock dove right off of that tractor and started the matchup. And we got a heavy-hitting, almost personal-looking match, that entire matchup, all the way until I think it was Roman Reigns. No, it was Brock that drove the tractor into the ring for the final match and lifted that fucker. And then for an honorable mention to close out the match, we had some fan footage of him sauntering away and just kind of like hurt as hell on the fucking on the side of the ring. And you got one of the fans going, "Throw some dirt on it, Brock. You ain't hurt, boy. Knock that shit off." And it just started to break Brock Lesnar, which, as you guys know, Brock Lesnar doesn't really kayfabe break. You know, he doesn't really break kayfabe like that. So to see that made it even more excited, and just it added to the whole magic of the match. And it's always refreshing seeing, you know, a mindless beast have some kind of personality at the end and put on a banger-ass match with somebody who was at the very face and head of the table and company at the time. So, guys, my favorite Brock Lesnar match was SummerSlam 2022. Let us know what you guys think. And, guys, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.
Moving on now to our next SummerSlam match. We had a fatal four-way for the WWE Universal Championship. Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns versus Samoa Joe. And let me tell you, this is one of my all-time favorite fatal four-way matches. It was just such a heavy-hitting match. All 300-plus pounds in the ring. And everybody looked really good in this match. So for this here, especially like Braun Strowman, who they were trying to build as the next big monster, which he looked the best in this match. I am going to have to put this Fatal 4-Way easily in the S tier. Such a fun match that was just hard-hitting. Brock Lesnar even got taken out with a stretcher and then came back, got a massive pop, and then retained the championship. This was such a fun match. Gotta put it at S tier. This is what SummerSlam is all about. Moving on now to our next SummerSlam match, and this took place in 2017. Brock Lesnar defends the Universal Championship against Roman Reigns. And the only thing, in my opinion, that was exciting about this match was Braun Strowman coming out, teasing that he was going to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase. But he did come out and pretty much say, like, whoever's the champion, they better watch out because they're going to get these hands, which got a massive pop. And I think during that time, they were trying to push Roman Reigns as, like, the next big guy, but it really was Braun Strowman's time. And I think that if it was Brock Lesnar versus Braun Strowman, it definitely would be a better rating in this tier list. But that match was a dumpster fire. I've seen way better Roman versus Brock matches. We've gotten them 100 times on big WWE pay-per-views. This one was probably one of their worst matches in my opinion. Championship went to the wrong guy. And for that, we are going to be putting this at the D tier. And in my opinion, probably Brock Lesnar's worst SummerSlam match. I think, in my opinion. But good thing that these two go face-to-face years later, and we'll get into that match in just a moment. But now, let's get into our next SummerSlam match that took place in 2019. Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins, and Lesnar definitely made up for that shit performance in last year's SummerSlam with Roman. I love this match. Rollins looked incredible here, and they put on a great heavy-hitting match. Lesnar once again proving that he can work with not just monsters, but he can work with smaller guys and still make them look good. And that's what he did here with him and Seth Rollins. I really enjoyed this match a lot. Similar to the CM Punk and Brock match. So this one here in the ratings, oh man. Seth versus Brock is going in the A tier. I really enjoyed that match at SummerSlam. Both guys looked great, and Rollins, man, really proved, I think, this night that he can work with anybody and that he is a main event guy. Moving on now to our next Brock Lesnar SummerSlam match. It took place in 2022 for the WWE Undisputed Championship. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar in a last man standing match. And if Brock Lesnar loses, he can't go for the championship while Roman is holding it. This was a great match. Definitely made up for that dumpster fire back in 2018. Roman now is a legitimate star, leader of the bloodline. And Brock Lesnar, I enjoyed his face turn here as Cowboy Brock, coming out with the tractor. That really added a lot to this match. Flipping over the ring. Felt like ruthless aggression all over again. And just having the bloodline involved here. Jimmy and Jay looked really good as well. Heyman being involved because he does have that relationship with Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Picking Roman's side really made things interesting here as well. Just one that I really enjoyed a lot. Definitely one of my favorite, probably my favorite Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns match. And because of all the chaos that happened during this match, this is going in the S tier. I really enjoyed this. It was just such a great heavy-hitting match. Both guys looked incredible. And just all the chaos that happened at ringside really made the match exciting for the fans. And this was a lot different than all, like, the 100 other matches that they had. Really enjoyed this one, S tier. And finally, the last Brock Lesnar SummerSlam match we get to rate is from 2023. Brock Lesnar versus Cody Rhodes 3, the rubber match. Cody beat him the first time. Brock Lesnar beat him the second time, and then Cody beat Brock again. And a lot of people didn't like this rivalry for some reason. I really enjoyed it because Cody needed to go through hardship to finish that story, and what better way than having him go through Brock Lesnar, who, man, this was great in my opinion. I really enjoyed Cody and Brock, and I think their SummerSlam match was their best match. And for that, I am going to be putting them at a B tier. There was just a great overall match, and especially what happened at the end. Brock Lesnar passing the torch over to Cody, shaking his hand. Something you don't see from the Beast, I think was really friggin' awesome. And you could tell that meant a lot to Cody Rhodes as well that night. And they just put on a great match, and it's crazy that we haven't seen Brock Lesnar since. So that is my list for every Brock Lesnar SummerSlam match. We do have to go back, and we do have to make some adjustments, because we do have to rank them from best to worst.
Ricky knows best, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky knows best. Believe in me. God bless you.
It's me, Ricky Williams. Moxley's just as crazy as him.
No, Ricky! Bullshit!
They do it too sometimes. I'll be catching it.
It's me, Ricky Williams.
Stop playing.
But that's my opinion. He's so over.
Ricky knows best, ladies and gentlemen. Ricky knows best. Believe in me. God bless you.
What's up, We Are Wrestling? What's up? Ricky knows best here. Just gonna give you all my thoughts on my favorite Brock Lesnar match. Brock Lesnar and CM Punk 2013 SummerSlam is my favorite match because it had the depth, substance, the storytelling, the aura, the magnitude, and it also felt believable. And then you had CM Punk's best friend and manager and advocate at the time, Paul Heyman, turn on him just to make the story a lot more intriguing and interesting, given to their history, and Punk having his legendary WWE Championship reign during that modern era, and the match lived up to the expectations. Then you also have two different styles. A versatile guy like Punk versus a straight-up powerhouse and beast like Brock Lesnar. Ended up literally stealing the show that year, alongside John Cena and Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship. But that's just my opinion. Let me know, We Are Wrestling, what y'all think about my opinion. Peace. One love.
So we already have all the spots here for all the rankings here. But which one is Brock Lesnar's best SummerSlam match? And I think it's going to have to be right here, Brock Lesnar versus The Rock. Definitely, in my opinion, the best match that he had at SummerSlam. This is where he became the Beast. He became a freaking superstar. Then I think I'm going to have to put Roman and Brock at number 2. Put the Fatal 4-Way at number 3. Then over here, the A tier, I think we're going to keep this. I do like that we have Brock and Kurt at the first one. Then we have Seth. Seth. Which one was better, though? I really like the CM Punk one, so we're going to keep those. Then with the B tier, we got Brock and Triple H. Then we have Randy and Brock with the color. That was really good. So I think we're going to move Triple H. Yeah, I think that's a good rating there. And then at number 3 in the B tier, Brock versus Cody, so we'll keep that. Then, yeah, the worst SummerSlam match is definitely Brock versus Roman there. So, actually, I'm really content with my list here. But I do want all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs to let me know in the comment section below your favorite Brock Lesnar SummerSlam match. We do have lots of awesome content coming out this week for SummerSlam, including a live watch-along this Saturday for SummerSlam. So if you are looking for somebody to watch the biggest blockbuster of the summer, we'll be live. But if you guys enjoyed this, rank them, and you guys want more tier list videos like this, smash that like button now. If you're not a We Are Wrestling Maniac yet already, subscribe, turn on the post notifications. It's SummerSlam week. New videos coming out every day out of nowhere like an RKO. The link's down in the description below. You can go follow me over on my social medias and my other YouTube channel, Best One Donnie, where I do toy videos. All the links down below. And of course, to all the We Are Wrestling Maniacs out there worldwide, we are taking over. Peace.